We don't have time for any of this pre-show bullshit.
Too long.
Huh?
Welcome to One Topic. Welcome to One Topic where we stick to one topic. My name is Alan Fisher.
You don't have to rush through.
Okay.
I'm just saying that we don't have time to do the pre-show, and we got to get right into the show because it's going to be a truncated episode. Is that a correct use of the word?
Yes, I think so.
Truncated.
We're going to put it in a trunk.
Oh, God. Lame joke.
No time. No time for lame jokes.
Lame jokes slow everything down. Transitive? That's not what I looked up. I looked up truncate.
Wow. Your computer's just so used to looking up trons.
Truncate, shorten the duration. I knew that.
Yeah, why did you question it?
I don't know. All right, your name is Autumn Fisher. My name is Greg Russ. Late episode coming out this week. Not on a Monday. The slacking continues.
The slackening
of
not just when we get the shows out, but it being the titular one topic.
Things are very, very, very busy. What can I say?
Yeah.
And you offered to do I've got a meeting here in about 30 minutes where I don't know what it is. HR reached out to me. Just put some time on the calendar. It's like, what is this? Why don't you tell me what it's about? Like, there are many things it could be about. And I think I know what it's about. There's been restructuring at work after the layoffs. And I'm getting a different position. And it's probably talking about that and a new salary. But it still goes through your head. It's like, maybe I'm being fired.
Yeah, that's scary.
My email.
If you're in HR and you are sending an email like that, you should put like a little thing in there that says, don't freak out. This is a good thing. This is a good call. This is a good email. It's fine.
My work email logged out today and I was trying to log back in and it didn't work. After I was like, oh my God, they shut it down early. But I just typed in the password wrong. It stays logged in for a certain amount of time and then it logs you out and you just have to re-up. And I ended up putting the password in incorrectly. But of course, I think somewhere subconsciously, I typed it incorrectly just so I could get that response. So I could see the error pop up and I could add to my theory that I'm being fired because I used the company credit card to pay for a parking ticket.
Did you really?
No comment.
Okay. Is that some weird anxiety thing where it's almost like you need to experience it so that if it really does happen, you'll have experienced it already?
Probably.
Like a catastrophizing?
Yeah, you can get into the pathology if you'd like.
That's interesting.
Look, when I was in Wyoming over the summer for a wedding and I backed the rental car into a telephone pole and destroyed the bumper and dealt with that. When I came home to move my car, I backed it into a scooter. Not on purpose, but somewhere I feel like it was on purpose. Just to pile on. And it's like, all right, this happened. And now you're back and you're in a situation where there's this scooter and you're trying to squeeze into this space. And then I ended up backing into it where the handlebar left a little dent in the back of my car. It's not major, but I still feel like it's like that happened somewhere on purpose. My brain said, do it. Just do it. Even if it wasn't completely conscious.
Huh. Okay.
So anyway, because things are so busy, I'm so busy. I've got so many meetings and there's so much shifting around. We're in a spot where we have to record during a work day. And
yes.
You offered to record alone. And I said, nah, you're not capable of that. Only I have the talent to record alone. It's very difficult to do a half-hour show alone. And even when you do it very well, as I do, it gets less listeners than when we're together.
Not when it's my single episode.
Well, I also had that fear, too, that the creeps who listen to the show for you.
She's talking.
You should start sending out socks that you wore and stuff.
I think there was an open mic about that. looking for my socks.
You can make money. You can make some extra money. Lean into it while you can, because at some point,
if you want my socks, send me something on Venmo and put the emoji it's for socks.
would you do underwear? I mean, they have to cover the cost of the underwear.
Sure. I'll send you whatever you want. You want my trash?
I don't think anyone wants trash.
You want my fingernail clippings?
Maybe people do want trash. I don't know why I was so quick to say nobody wants trash.
Well, I don't know how real these things are, but there's all these, like, there's some people on TikTok that talk about the things that they sell to these men, but I think they have OnlyFans accounts and stuff too. But she emptied her vacuum container into a pretty box, and the guy said he wanted a surprise in it, so she put a lollipop that she'd been eating in the middle of it, and then just closed up the box and sent it to him. So I don't know if that's real or not, or even like what a guy does with that. But it's odd and interesting if it's real.
You should start an OnlyFans. Even if you got 10 people and you were charging them, what's the going rate for OnlyFans? I have no clue.
Is it $10 a month? Is that
the average?
I don't know what the average is. I think that maybe that's a minimum. It's either 5 or 10.
I mean, I know you can set it to be whatever you want it to be, but I assume that there's a price that, it averages out. That's the target price. That's what people are willing to pay.
Yeah.
But
what would I post?
I don't know. What would
I don't
you
want to post like a sexual picture.
Can you keep it off the internet otherwise? I know that you can't. Meaning
keep what off the internet?
Like, so you post it for your OnlyFans, and then at some point someone copies it and shares it.
Yeah, there was a TikToker that turned OnlyFans person, and she talked about how a bunch of her data was sort of put out on a Reddit sub. And
what do you mean, her content?
Yeah, her content.
Because her data, I take, is like her address.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, all of her like pictures and things that people that were behind a paywall were put up, and she was really like sad about it.
Well, I don't think there's any way to stop that, is there? There does seem to be some people who are, I don't know what it is they've got going for them, if they know the process or how to do this. There does seem to be people who are better able to get things removed once they're posted.
Maybe they have a team, maybe they have enough clout or enough money or something.
When there's the women, in Siberia working in a warehouse that's been built out to look like a bunch of little bedrooms, and there's a bunch of dudes treating them like shit, and you're fucking with their money, then yeah, they're gonna find ways to scrub it from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about the mom and pop OnlyFans account. how you would go about that.
Mom and pop.
I know it's lucrative. I know it's not lucrative for everyone, but
yeah, but I would have to put sexual things up there, and I'm not interested in doing that.
I don't know how sexual you need to get. You're right.
But even when it's not, I hate it. Like, even if I sent like a spicy picture to somebody, I still am like, ugh, this is so lame.
Yeah, but what if it is something like, I don't do nudity and I don't do sexual acts, but I'll put Hershey's chocolate syrup on my foot.
Oh, hell yeah. You want me to do that? I got it.
Or what if somebody wanted you to do a Varsity Blues whipped cream bikini? A one piece. How about that? Not a bikini.
One piece.
Would you be open for that?
I wouldn't do that.
I mean, that's fair. I just think about the amount of money that some of these women make, because Instagram these days is I don't know what the different feeds on Instagram are called, but the one that shows you just content from everyone. And once you click on one thing, it's going to show you.
Oh, and you scroll through it and it's all videos?
Yeah, it's not even like, so it's a bunch of thumbnails. I don't even know how to get to it. I'm opening my Instagram now. How do you even get to that page?
I don't do a ton on Instagram. I'm just on TikTok full time.
I think you go to the search page. So right now mine's got weird things, wrestling things, zit popping. But because, there's women showing off their boobs constantly.
Yeah.
And
this is on your search?
Yeah, but you click on one And
Right.
then they all start to pop up. And they've all
Okay,
got their
mine's like babies, old people before and after, some athletic women doing jumping jacks, drag queens, more babies.
and I know it sounds like that I'm saying, "Oh, I just clicked on it and now it's populating. I didn't mean to click on it, or I don't look at these things." The truth is I do click on these and then I like show them to Christina. It's like, here's another one where like the woman's boobs are hanging out and she's pretending to be like, that's not the reason people are clicking. Like she's
Yeah.
talking about something else or something else is happening. It's like, I'm mowing my lawn.
Uh-huh.
And look, I ran over a plastic toy. So it got all, but it's like, really, no, your boobs are front and center. And that's why people are clicking on this. And you know that. And then their link tree sends to you to their OnlyFans. And it does seem like, I don't know, it seems like there's endless numbers of women who do this. And there seems to be enough dudes who are paying a decent amount because I think it tells you the number of people who are following. So even if it's like 80 people at $9 a month, it's not so
Right.
bad for extra money.
It's not, but then you have to constantly create content that is based on your body.
Yeah, and I guess 80 at $9 isn't like huge money. It's $720 a month. So for what you have to do in order to make that 720, sure, is it worth it? But
I mean, if I were really desperate, I mean, I guess, but I don't.
I just think you have a built-in audience of pervs who
Yeah.
would give you money for weird shit.
But I would much rather them like come to me and ask me for things, and I'd be like, no, or sure, instead of putting it out there and saying, like, here's a version that I think you would like. And I think that feels too exposed or too vulnerable.
Couldn't that be your OnlyFans though? Is I don't do anything. You pay me $10 a month to just have access to ask me things.
That's not worth it. What are you going to ask me?
It just feels like
advice. I'll give you advice.
Yeah, it feels like you can make it whatever you like. It feels like a wasted opportunity.
It would be kind of funny to create like a interesting OnlyFans.
Yeah, you can make it whatever you want. It doesn't. I agree with you. I wouldn't want to do nudity or sexual acts.
Yeah,
and I feel as though if I were on a radio show, a platform where there's a built-in audience, and the pervs were listening, and I could make a little bit of extra money just being weird, that I probably would do it. Advice, I don't know if advice would work, but it could. The flip side is you try it and nobody signs up and then you feel like a failure.
Yeah. That feels horrible also.
And that's probably what would keep me from doing it, the fear.
And it's not my medium. I feel like my medium is...
Well, your medium's Vine. It's gone. Sorry.
No, I think my mode of creativity, I don't know if that's the right phrasing, is me talking, and me being clever or like quick or funny or stupid or impressions. I don't think I don't think that I would be good at being creative and coming up with just weird things to post. And then once you start it, you got to keep it. You got to keep feeding it.
There's so much money out there to be had.
Yeah.
And it's easier to access these days. And I look at these.
Yeah, but there's also a billion women who are doing this too.
That is true. There are so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't look into all of them. Any of them, I mean. Any of them. I don't. No, to look into all of them. Like, look, here's one. What caught your attention first? There's a woman in the snow wearing a skimpy white dress. So the whole thing is supposed to be, look at me, I'm crazy. I'm in the freezing weather. But you can see through her white top a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then look, she's taking off her socks. And look at me, my feet are in the ice. I'm so crazy. It's like, nobody's watching it for that. They're watching it because you can see your nipples through.
Well, of course. See, that's a way around it. Maybe that's a way around the algorithm kicking you out for sexual content.
But she's got 75. Well, the point is you promote it here, but you don't do the sexual content on Instagram and you drive people to the OnlyFans. She got 75,000 followers just because she has boobs. And good. Look, when I say that, I really do say it.
Yeah, go for it, babe. Like get your boobs out there. Go ahead.
I'm a bit offended that they present it. I was like, just come on, just admit what you're doing. Let's all be honest here. But then you click on the OnlyFans, 30% off only for today. Yes, I'm sure that doesn't.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, maybe it is a Valentine's Day special. It's still loading. I don't want to.
Asa Akira, that porn star that I like, her OnlyFans is free forever, and then she'll post little things of herself doing things or whatever, but then she'll post videos that you have to pay for. I think that's a really smart way to do it.
So this is $9.99 a month for 28 days.
Yeah, see, I think it's around $10 is sort of what people do, unless you're big and then you can charge more.
And then, so this is the one with 75,000. I don't, so it doesn't tell you the number of followers on OnlyFans, but it has 400,000 hearts. So I don't know what that means.
I mean, you could be on OnlyFans and all you'd have to do is have your chest hair out.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is not. Yeah. For gay dudes, show them your armpits.
No.
They love it.
Nobody wants this.
Yes, they do.
You know how much I weigh?
There's a whole
I weigh 200,
thing.
208 pounds. I weighed myself the other day.
There's a whole armpit thing. Guys, dudes licking armpits. Like pictures being posted of celebrities with their arms up and their armpit hair hanging out.
I'm not serious enough for it. Like I feel like
showing the soles of your feet.
You have to have serious. I would do it if I could just have someone set it up for me and say, get in there. All you have to do is show your chest hair, even though you weigh 208 pounds. Which
is that a lot?
Yeah, it's a lot. That BMI chart says I should weigh 170 or something. I don't.
That BMI chart was based on the 1920s.
Well, I was going to say I don't buy into that because for being 5'10", 208 is a lot. And I feel like I would like to be 190, 185. So I would like to lose some weight. But the truth is I'm not. Like, according to that chart, I'm obese. I should be a slob who has trouble moving around. And that's not the case because I have such muscle mass.
And those bones.
Yes, what dense bones. So anyway,
have you ever seen those women lined up next to each other and they all weigh the same, but they all all their bodies are super different looking?
No.
It's really interesting. So yeah, it doesn't matter about what the scale says.
It doesn't at all. But still it bothers me. But
not at all. I mean, at some point it matters.
Yeah, whatever. That aside, I would show off my chest hair if I could make money. I just want money. I spent so much of my life not caring about money and blowing through money and thinking, whatever. I just fucking give it to me now. Just want as much as I can. Maybe that's what this meeting with HR is to talk about a salary.
Oh my God.
Well, last time I talked about a salary with this same person, I was working freelance, but it had been gone on for years, and it had given me a lot of responsibility as a contract worker. I guess it wasn't contract because it was W-2, but whatever. I wasn't employed full-time by the company. And I was approving my own time card. I was like, you guys are insane. You have me approving time cards. You're giving me the ability to set deals for other people and hire them and send out that paperwork. And so by the time it came around and like, hey, we're going to offer you $80,000 a year. And that was $24,000 less than I was being paid. I was like,
right.
No way. No, I'm not doing that. You know. And then I sent this litigious email breaking down all the fees it cost them to have me on as a freelancer because the third-party payroll company charges them 20% on top of whatever they pay me, and then all the overtime hours. And I really broke this down in a way that I'm sure was insufferable to read. And I said, you should be paying me $130,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then they didn't say anything about that. And they ignored it. And they came back and said, 95. And I said, no. What I really wanted was just to be paid what I was making. I think it's a fucked up thing to have someone work for 2.5 years and then to offer them that much less money when they're used to
Yeah.
making that. And it's like, if you don't,
It's weird. It's kind of brazen
yeah,
to sort of to put it on a plate of, we're promoting you, but we're going to give you less money.
and they talk about how there's additional costs because the healthcare, sure, I was getting healthcare that was through the third party payroll company that was somewhat funded by the company anyway. Not as much as you would get if you were full time, but okay, there's additional cost for you because the healthcare and you're matching 401k and there's other fees involved bringing people on. Fine. I don't care. That's ultimately where it falls though. I don't care. You're paying me this to offer me this much less. Maybe I'd take 5,000 less because of your fees. But if you're not going to do that, no, I have zero interest. And
Yeah.
I fought it for 10 months. And I don't think this person likes me that much. And now I have to go meet with them again and go through the whole process again. Or they're firing me for using the company card to pay a parking ticket.
If that really happened.
If that really happened.
I mean, I think you know that that's not what's happening because they talked to you about making you head of that department or something, right?
I mean, things have shifted a bit, but
Oh.
I'll be a director of just the audio. I'm moving away from video.
Do you like that? Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I think ultimately after a year of straddling both and being all over the place and not having a very defined job, there was no description that I was following, that it'll be nice just to have a job description and be able to focus.
Yeah.
And know that you're doing a good job and not have a boss who, I really like my boss, but not have a boss who doesn't have insight to half your job because it's out of her purview. She's like, I think you're doing a good job. I don't know. I know it's
like, I'm not hearing anything bad, so I guess you're doing good.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. Very strange place to be. So
Yeah.
So anyway, make that money. OnlyFans. I think
I feel like I'm making I'm feeling pretty comfortable and I'm saving. I mean, I'm able to save more since, having these extra jobs. But man, I would love to have another trivia gig.
what does that pay?
$200.
For how many hours? 4?
No, I get there. It's for 2.5 hours. I'm there at 6:30 or 6:45, and then we start at 7, and then we go till 9.
And you get free booze and free food.
I get a $25 bar tab, which is never kept track of, but I really don't. No,
You
I
take
might
that
get like a salad and a beer.
blackened white fish. You get it fresh right before you leave
Yeah.
to take home.
And I asked them to mix all these things together to make my own entree.
So it's going well, the trivia.
Yeah, it's great. I want another one. I don't know how to get it. I have to call around.
Well, at some point,
pimp myself out.
Yeah, at some point you're going to have to betray the man who set you up with this.
Well, I asked him, I said, how did you get these trivia gigs? And he said, because he sort of worked, with a lot of them because he was like part of a distributor or something. And so he knew a lot of the people already, but then he also just called around and asked like, hey, what's your slow night? What do you think about doing trivia? So I could try and do something like that.
But you moved into an established one. You'd have to build it from the ground up.
Yeah, that would be hard. But people like trivia.
They like it in certain situations. They started doing trivia at manuals in Atlanta. My nose is stuffy. I apologize if you can tell. I don't know where this came from. It came out of nowhere. My nose is just probably black mold in this place somewhere.
Oh, probably.
If you pinch your nose and you exhale, you don't have to really, you can gently just exhale all the oxygen, carbon dioxide, air, I should just say. If you exhale all the air from your lungs,
Yeah.
and you're holding your nose and you hold it and tilt your head up and down slowly until you can't hold your breath anymore, it actually clears your nose up. I'm going to try it now. Yeah, here I go.
Okay.
It makes for great radio. I'm not even connected on video with you, but I'm turning my head.
I can hear the Doppler.
My head's going up and down and up. I know how
Is it working?
How am I speaking if I have no air in my lungs. Good question.
True. You're not doing it right. Is it working?
Yeah, see? And I didn't do it properly
Wow.
because you're supposed to do it until you absolutely have to breathe.
Okay.
But it's a good trick. If you ever have a stuffed up nose, hold your nose, exhale, move your head slowly up and down like you're just nodding yes until you have to take a breath. And it's clear. I mean, a minute later, it's filled again and clogged, but it's a nice moment of relief. I don't know what I was saying before that. What was I saying? It doesn't matter.
Worried about getting this talk with HR about the money.
Yeah,
you wanted you're leaning into money.
There was something else though. There was some.
The chest hair.
There was some. No. Now you're getting too far back. There was some other point that I was going to make. Fuck me. Can't even remember.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, the stuffed up nose. I could stop and listen to the tape, but I don't really feel like doing that.
Reel it back.
Listen to the tape.
Listen to the tape. Wind.
All right, fine. Hold on. All right, I'm back. It's manuals. It was fucking. You couldn't even remember that I was talking about trivia and manuals. I blame.
I knew. I was going to mention trivia, but then I didn't remember the manuals part.
So they started doing trivia and manuals, which by default brings music in between the rounds of questioning. There's the big thing with manuals: no music ever. Don't blast the fucking tunes, the music nobody wants to hear, the jukebox where you're happy to hear the song and everyone else fucking hates it.
Yeah.
Or the 20-year-old comes in and it's like, I like this old music from the 80s and I play it ironically. How dare you? That was beautiful music. That was some of the best. So there are certainly times
I like Linkin Park.
There's certainly times.
I'm into the oldies.
Yeah, somebody is saying that these days.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there are places where trivia isn't really welcome. So you have to scout it out.
Well, I would think that the person who owns the bar would know. Like this isn't a crowd that wants a trivia.
Oh, quite often they do. Like my nights on Tuesday suck, so I'm going to do trivia, but they don't really know if people want it. And then it just becomes a depressing thing where the trivia master, the quiz master is there and a few other people. And then the couple people who usually come in who want to drink are angry. So you got to be careful. Are you being hit on? Are people bothering you as the quiz master?
Only in the like old man way, where it's like, "How are you, Autumn?" "Oh, I'm good." Yeah. "Okay."
And you should say,
"How are you?"
Give me
You're
$30.
Like, good.
Yeah, I'll have this conversation with you for $30.
I know. I should start really taking advantage of them. "Oh, it's going okay. I'm having trouble making my rent this month. But yeah, how are you?" "Oh, my rent? Yeah. I things are just a little tight. I'm just not sure." "Is that an ATM in the corner? What is that?"
Yeah, go withdraw with the outrageous fee. It's like this ATM charges $3.99, and then your bank charges you another $2.75 on top of it, just to take out $10.
I was so dedicated. I went to the casino, and I forgot my debit card. And I was already there. I went to the one in DC that MGM. So I was like, fuck, I can't believe I forgot my stupid debit card. So I had to use my like Amex card or something at a ATM. And the percentage that you draw, it was horrible.
Yeah, the fees.
I did it anyway. I know.
What did that cost you?
I think it was like $25.
Also, you could gamble. Did you win anything?
I did. And I made sort of friends with a guy that kept giving me chips because he was playing poker.
See, look, he's giving you chips. He's giving you money.
Yeah.
This show is about income stream.
Yeah, it is.
And I think you got to just lean into just do it for a couple years, make a shitload of money.
What? OnlyFans?
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm not saying the sexual part of it, but there's a market out there.
If you take pictures, you should take pictures of things in your chest hair. Like get like little dinosaur figurines. Just put them in your chest hair. If you do that, I'll also make an OnlyFans full of just strange content.
Why? So you can have more fans again when I do the show alone.
No, so that I'm not alone doing it like a weirdo.
I just think there's all these dudes. It doesn't work the same, which is why I'm hesitant. But there's all these dudes willing to just throw
but
money.
Also, dudes are gay, and they want to see your chest.
I don't want mine.
Yeah, they do. They like the hair.
Well, I don't know.
Listen, I'm not going to push you into it because then
there's just so much money.
Sort of like sexual assault.
All right. Well, I guess I have to jump off now, though, because I have to go have
I'm sorry.
This discussion about money or being fired for paying a parking ticket with a company credit card.
Which, who knows?
Would I ever do that? I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah, no one will ever know. Thank you, everybody. Follow us on OnlyFans. Like and subscribe, rate and review. Get our hot sauce, huffandpepper.com. Use our code OneTopic15. Do it. Okay? Bye.
That's never brought us a dime.
No, that's true.